Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Brockway, and today I'm going to be talking about infant mortality rates and focusing on the African American population. I will be discussing the health disparities that exist within this population and why they exist. So what is infant mortality? The CDC describes infant mortality as the death of an infant before their first birthday. This number is generally reported per 1,000 live births per year. I've given an example based upon the chart below. This chart reflects roughly 13 deaths per 1,000 live births in the African American population in the year 2009. We can see this number is greater in every year for this population compared to other ethnic groups. Infant mortality affects not only the family but the community as well. McDormand and colleagues explain that infant mortality is one of the most important indicators of health as a nation. This is because it is associated with a variety of factors, including maternal health, quality and access to medical care, as well as socioeconomic conditions. Looking at this chart provided by the CDC, we can see again African American infants are nearly 2 times as likely to die within their first year of life compared to all other races. So why do these health disparities exist within this population? The first reason is limited access to quality education. This includes prenatal, postnatal, and pregnancy prevention techniques. According to the U.S. Bureau of the Census completed in 2004, infant mortality rates generally decrease with increasing levels of education. This pattern may reflect the effects of more educated as well as socioeconomic differences. Which brings me to my second reason for the disparities in this population. Women with more money tend to have higher education levels. Looking at this chart, we can see that African Americans are nearly 2 times as likely to die, regardless of income level. However, African Americans are more likely to experience residential segregation. Residential segregation decreases occupation opportunities, and thus the mother receives decreased income, which then affects the quality of care she receives. Lastly, African American women are more likely to experience interracial discrimination. This experience can lead to increased stress levels on the mother, which can impact healthy development of a fetus. According to HEA and colleagues, several studies support the concept that maternal stress is associated with preterm birth, and there is considerable overlap in the pathophysiology of preterm birth and stillbirth. Desmissy adds to this, stating, preterm birth is the prevailing disparity in the United States with African Americans, and they are at a 2 times greater risk of developing preterm births compared to whites. Research has shown that stress is likely to be increased with the release of corticotropin hormone, which also increases the chances of preterm delivery and low birth weight. Here is an example of 2 highly populated areas, Boston and California. Over the years, infant mortality rates have decreased for each population. However, African Americans are still at an increased risk. In conclusion, disparities are present in every population. The reason why African Americans are more likely to experience infant mortality is because they have limited access to quality education, they experience residential segregation, and that impacts income and access to the resources, and they experience higher levels of stress from interracial discrimination.